Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, bringing my guide for Pragmata on Lunatic difficulty. Today we're doing Sector 4, entitled The Lunum Mines. This is, once again, a two-parter, so, like almost every sector in this game has at least two parts, for, well, you know, my video-wise, of course. Usually these levels take about like an hour, maybe an hour and a half to beat. Yeah, about an hour and a half. I think this one's like 40 minutes? Yeah, 45 minutes. Oh boy. But Sector 5 will actually be its own thing. It'll be a lot smaller. Let me go ahead and move my mic real quick. And you get to see all the stuff I set up before I left. I think this was a video in which I did go back and collect a bunch of stuff. So, I'm pretty sure it was. Look, it's been a while, okay? It's been like maybe a couple of weeks doing this recording session. I've had so many other things going on right now. And we can talk about that because thankfully, Pragmata is relatively pretty straightforward and not that hard on Lunatic, but except for a few spots, of course. So I have all the free time to talk about whatever. It's not like I'm playing Ninja Gaiden or something where I have to be hyper-focused on telling you, you know, whatever's going on. Yeah, okay, even Ninja Gaiden's not that bad, to be fair. Yeah, I still do plan on doing that one, but like I always say, things can change. Because I thought about doing a poll where I would say, hey, would you guys want to see, just to make for sure, would you rather see Ninja Gaiden the Redux, or would you rather see a God of War 4 guide instead? Like right now. Like, the plan is to do both of them, like one after the other, but I mean, anything can change. So, because, I mean, it's God of War 4, man. I don't really care for it. And then I've been playing through Ninja Gaiden a little bit, and it's like, man, have I really lost touch? Like, holy moly. Like, I know what to do, but for some reason, I keep telling myself, like, nah, that's not, like, that's cheap. Don't do that. And it's like, dude, it's Ninja Gaiden. Did you forget? Like, holy moly. So, in terms of things, I guess I can talk about since we have time. Because I did mention there's some stuff that's been going on lately that's, I don't know, some are weird, some were interesting, I guess. Right now, real quick, just for the guide, I'm mainly, as you can tell, I'm just going around and just grabbing things. So, once we see the giant worm, I'll talk about him, which I don't think he shows up just yet. Right now, it looks like we have a spider Mark 1 and we have a spider Mark 2. But they won't aggro to you unless you get in their field of view, so they're not going to bother you much. Interesting stuff. Well, it's funny. I say I have interesting stuff to talk about. Like, not really. Well, I have a lot of interesting things that are going on, but I don't want to talk about them, kind of, either. I don't know if I really want to or not. Also, for these guys, they're not that bad. Spider Mark 2 is about the same as Spider Mark 1. Just hit them with a shockwave or whatever, and that just deletes their heat. Like, it's crazy. But I've been in a huge RPG mood. I finally got around, because it was like $20. I finally got around to getting my hands on Final Fantasy 16 and playing through that. Oh yeah, by the way, Mark 2s now have a vertical attack instead of the horizontal one. So instead of being able to jump over them, now you're going to have to side dodge them. The best way to take these guys out is pretty much the same way you do with the other variant, except these ones just hit harder and just a little bit more annoying to deal with. And that's really just about it. I think they are new, because I don't remember seeing Mark 2 in the last chapter. But anyway, yeah, I've been playing through Final Fantasy 16, and it's not bad. I mean, when I played the demo when it came out, I was like, okay, let's see what this game's going to be about. Because everybody keeps saying, like, oh, it's like Devil May Cry. And then I gave it a shot, and the demo didn't really do a good job giving me what I wanted. So I just kind of put it off as like, it's whatever. It's not really much of a very interesting game, I guess, at the time. So it's been on sale, like on Amazon on sale. I think you can get it even at retail for like $20. Like $20-25, and I'm like, it's been cheap for like a couple of years now, or however long it's been. So if I'm gonna get a copy, I might as well get one now while I have the chance. And I picked I picked one up. I just now got done beating, I guess. I'm not gonna try to. I mean, the game's been out for a while. I don't want to spoil anything that's not Pragmata related, I guess. Even then, I should try not to spoil Pragmata, because this game still just kind of came out. Watch me platform terribly, by the way. I got done fighting a boss, and I got the wind ability. So, arrow, that type of stuff. The game's okay. It's just an alright action RPG, but I don't feel the Devil May Cry stuff yet. I've seen the combo potential from the game. To be fair to its credit, it does have stuff. I will admit, it does have some good stuff. Whenever you finish a side quest or even a main objective, you can just hold start and go pop up right to where you need to go to, like instantly. It's awesome. All right, so this is the Lunum worm, I think it's called. There's a few ways I tend to avoid him. Usually, he'll pop out, seemingly all the time. So he has a wind-up attack where he'll open his mouth for a little bit. If he does grab you, you just hack your way out of it. But there's a couple ways of dealing with him. You either just side dodge like I did there, stand on solid ground, which is the more optimal way of getting around this. And the other thing is the impact barrier. I couldn't remember the name, even though it's right there. Impact barrier even has a thing in a little tutorial thing inside of itself that tells you about how to deal with, or it shows you a little video of using impact barrier against the worm. So, and yes, that is going to be the boss of this chapter. However, I don't think it's the same worm though. I think it's a completely separate worm. Because when I came back to play this chapter, the worm was still outside. So, and I don't want to spoil anything. I really don't want to spoil anything, even though I spoiled the worm. But if you're watching a Lunatic guide of Chapter 4 specifically, I already spoiled the final boss. Yeah, I know. Anyway, more collectible stuff. So, back to talking about things. I've been in a really weird sort of RPG mood for a little while now. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, there's two of them, I think, too. Watch out for them. I totally forgot these guys were here. But when you start climbing these stairs, you're going to get attacked by the drone guys that send out missiles and stuff. Typically, I just let the missiles get close to me and just hack them. Because, whatever. I'm surprised I didn't notice that one. I can see it. I see myself, or, right now I can see it coming toward me. But in-game, when I was playing, I was not paying attention. The location of the other one is kind of hard to remember exactly where he was, because I can't see him. But I know he exists somewhere. Either that or Mark II just sends out 2 missiles, because I don't remember exactly what it does. Maybe it does send out 2 missiles, and I just misremembered. That could be the case. No, either way. So, yeah, I've been in a really odd RPG mood where I started playing Xenoblade 3 a couple of months ago, I think. I got all the way up to Chapter 4. I was addicted to it. I loved it. I got all the way up to Chapter 4 and was like, okay, you know what? I'm 20 hours in. I'm going to take a break. I'm not like my brother. I'm not going to spend 70 hours in a week playing one game because my moods change. Nothing wrong with him doing that. I'm saying, in my case, it's I'm not him. I'm built different, so he's built different. That's for sure. Goddamn. I don't know if I can do that. At least RPG-wise. I don't know, man. It really depends on the game. It has to be really addicting for that to happen. So, 20 hours in, whatever, and I like it. I like it a lot. And then I played a little bit of Xenoblade X, and I was like, okay, this is kind of neat, but I should probably get back to 3. Well, this is during the 20-hour playthrough already. And stopped playing it for a bit, and I think Pragmata came out maybe a couple of weeks after I kind of got done. I don't remember the exact time frame, but played this for a little bit, enjoyed that, and then now, Final Fantasy 16 was something, and I also on top of that I finally have a copy of Mary Skelter 2, which comes with the first game on it, and it's only available on Switch for US copies. If I had a Japanese copy, I could get on PlayStation, which I should probably tell my brother about that too. Hey, even though it's on PlayStation, you can still technically get a Japanese copy. Because, as far as I know, for you guys out there, because I didn't know this either, but a lot of consoles will let you play Japanese games, or even PAL, PS3. I have a PAL copy of Pirate Warriors 2, and that works just fine. My Wii, I accidentally bought a copy of Jungle Beat that was PAL back in the day without realizing, because I bought it on Amazon. I didn't know it was going to be PAL, so it didn't work. But I think Switch lets you play Japanese copies. By the way, there is a mod up to the right where you'll see like this little, you know, this little picker-upper device. I can't think of it. Yeah, I'm really this stupid. Oh, by the way, the mines are also a third thing I forgot that you can use against the worm too. And I think it doesn't attract him, but it's a defensive tool. So like if you get caught or about to get caught, just run straight to a mine and let it go off. Same thing with enemies. Like if you're trying to get away from the enemies, you can do it that way too, and they'll just get stunned and then possibly even eaten by the worm, which is something you should probably be doing a lot of the time too. Is if you're ever, well, right now it's not really a big deal, but later on you're gonna be fighting a lot of the bigger enemies, enforcers or whatever. I always forget their damn names. The big, giant, tall ones that have antennas and stuff that really get really annoying to deal with. Antenna as in like the red, shield casing thing that they do. So, alright, well, real quick, this room. Mark II Spider and Crusher? Mark 1, I think? Something like that. And for those that have not watched the previous videos, Stasis Net is great against Crushers, for me, personally. And I just have a lot of heat mods, and I prefer doing heat stuff. So I can build up that stun so I can get a finisher. And their weak spot is their heads. So you can hit their body and stuff, but yeah. And try to save your overdrive for times where you really need it. You do get overdrive quite a bit in this game, but I still try to save it. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So, yeah, I already owned a copy of Mary Skelter 1. I have it on PS Vita, but I wanted, to get 2 and Finale, so I got them both. And I'm going back through 1 again on Switch. Oh, yeah, the Japanese thing. Yeah, you can buy a lot of games like, Japanese copies and stuff. Like PSP can also play Japanese games. I wish I would have known that when I was younger, because I wanted, for the longest time, a copy of Soul Eater, the PSP game, Resonance Burst or whatever. And, I have a copy now, but I didn't know about that back in the day. And my favorite anime even has a PSP game that unfortunately is now overhauled to like hell and back for how expensive it is. And it's not worth how much. It's not worth it. I mean, it's cool. It would be cool to have, but not $600 cool. That's for sure. Which kind of makes me... I'm kind of kicking my ass for this too, because I had mentioned this before, but we went to a trip. I'm going to sound like a loser when I say this, I know, I'm sorry, but we did go on a trip to Japan a long time ago. I say a long time ago, it wasn't that long ago, it was like 3 years ago. It feels kind of long ago. And I did see a copy of God of War Ghost of Sparta for like $18, give or take. It was like 18,000 yen, something like that. I think that roughly goes around to like maybe more US dollars. I don't know. Anyway, so I told myself like, it'd be cool, but I don't really need it. I mean, there's no way I can really play it, right? So only then to find out later that yes, you actually can. All right, Walker Mark II. This is I don't know why I'm describing these guys to you. I mean, we've already seen them plenty of times, but this is a safety spot. And also, I should give you guys a fair warning. There is a turret right above you that's like right up there, I think. And he's a bit of a pain in the ass. Not hard to avoid, just he gets in the way of like trying to do anything. So try to make that your priority, is taking out the guy above you that's shooting missiles, because he's a bastard. Now, granted, he can't shoot you in things like this, but he can still shoot you out in the outfield, which is really annoying to deal with. And then, of course, they sneak a few little hack things right above my head without me even realizing, because there's a guy up there. So yet again, another enemy I just completely did not realize was there, and for some reason was allowed to attack me. Must be some lunatic aggro. And yeah, here's another case of enemies just walking away and not being able to do anything. So, Good place to kind of just stand back and pick them off if you really wanted. I didn't even think about that when I was doing this guide. I was just fighting him like normal. I didn't even have the... I had no clue, like, whatsoever that he was not able to climb up to attack me. I didn't even notice that, man. I did not notice that. Yeah, anyway, so like I said, I saw Ghost of Sparta, like a Japanese copy, and I thought it was really cool, but I didn't buy it. And funny enough, I told my dad about it. It's like, you still could have bought it. It would have been really cool for like a souvenir. It's like, yeah, maybe I should have, but it's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not like I need it. I mean, again, it would be really cool to have, but... And I would play it. Ghost of Sparta is not even that bad, really. I didn't grow up with it, though, actually, believe it or not. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? I grew up playing almost all the God of Wars, including, well... I played all the God of Wars at the time, like up to 3, except for Betrayal and Ghost of Sparta. I had a PSP... I got it for my birthday when I was like 15. It was one of my favorite things to have. Like, one of my favorite consoles. Which I don't think my parents even believe me when I say that. But yes, it really was an absolute gem to have. Because they bought it for my birthday. Because, you know, I'm a spoiled little brat. But it was rad. So, if my mom or dad ever watches these videos, they won't. But if they happen to, yes, the PSP was absolutely amazing, and it was a gem of its time. And I had a lot of cool games too. Not like a ton, but I had some cool stuff. I even had Hellboy on PSP. I remember it being... Oh yeah, I just jumped behind him and shoot him that way, because he can't do anything to me right now. I used to think Hellboy on PSP was like so dope, and then I'd always be kind of a little bit miffed that I didn't have the PS3 copy until eventually I did finally buy a PS3 copy. Only then to realize that I don't like the PS3 version of it. Hell, I probably don't even like the PSP one, to be fair. I don't have those games anymore because I broke my PSP because I fell down my dad's stairs. So, and dropped the whole damn thing. And then I don't have a TV connector thingy for it. I still have my PSP. I have a new one to play, you know, those games. But, yeah, at the time I sold all my games because I didn't have a way to play it. At least I thought it was doomed. Also, another great console was DS. Amazing handheld. Still love it. That's something kind of fun to talk about. Unless we're going to do the red door real quick, which I don't think I'm going... I don't know if I have... Okay, I'm grabbing this. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do the red door first. I don't want to get the checkpoint before I do that. Or am I crazy enough... Oh. Alright, well, let's talk about red door stuff, and then we'll talk about whatever extra. Alright, so this red door I think has maybe... Don't quote me on this, but maybe 3 waves worth of enemies, and I think a couple of them are crushers. But the first group right now is just 2 walkers and then just a walker Mark II. So nothing insanely hard because, once again, this is Pragmata. And even then, the hardest red door I end up doing, I end up doing it offline because I was just going back and grinding. And it's kind of sad that I didn't do it and show it off in the videos, but that's fine. Is that the hacker? No, that's the Impeder. Okay, so now we have 2 Mark II crushers, and they work just about the same as a Mark I. It's the same type of system. You're just gonna blast them in the head a couple times, hoid them a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. You do get some missiles in here, which again, I'm not a big fan of the missiles now, but even then, still. And yeah, just stasis net whenever they start getting a little bit close to you. Impact barrier if you really need it. If you got brainwash, that's great as well. And also save your overdrive for a room like this. It's not necessary, but it does help out a ton. I mean, of course it does. It's overdrive. That's its job. But either way, crushers are not really that complicated, thankfully. Or really even that difficult to take out, so you'll be fine. And even if they were to try to attack you, what are they going to do? Stomp around a couple times? And that's... I keep bringing it up, and I'm sorry, but that is kind of the thing with this game, is it's not really that difficult on Lunatic. I think the only way to really make it difficult... Also, watch that. Yeah, look at that. How stupid of me. I think the only realistic way of making this game even remotely difficult is doing a challenge run. You're just going to have to make it to where you just do grip gun only or something. Because... Which, I mean, to be fair, grip gun only would freaking suck. I can tell you that right now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it would suck. No upgrades, grip gun only. Ugh. That would actually make it difficult, I'm sure. Yeah. Again, this game's great, but I do feel like it's made for a specific reason. And that reason being it was made for fun. Like it's not super highly replayable. Like it's got its stuff to it that's interesting. It's got a really fun mechanic to play around with. But other than that, you know, it ain't the craziest thing out there. It's not. I wouldn't say it's on the same par as Resident Evil in terms of replay value, but you still get some decent fun out of it for like a couple of playthroughs, like doing a Lunatic playthrough or even New Game Plus run or something, and the challenges and what have you. This game's great, but you know, I'm going to be honest with you about these things. I'm going to let you know right now that if you're looking for something with a lot of content and just a lot of tons of stuff and fun stuff to do, well, I mean, you'll have it, but there's not like a whole bunch. So don't expect, I guess, Resident Evil amounts of replay value in this. At least that's what I see it as. Maybe there was only 2 waves, because I think this one ends pretty soon. Wow, can you just not play the game at all? I mean, come on, holy moly. Sorry about that. I didn't realize how bad I was at the time. But I didn't really care because it didn't really matter. I think there is 3 waves. Well, we'll find out. Ugh. Okay, so now we get the... always forget their names, but the samurai guys. So, as usual, just side dodge their laser beams. And then if you've got your hands on overdrive, just waste them away. Build up heat. Charge rifle their heads. If you got that. Which, of course, I'm just using laser right now. But even then, still, shockwave. Perfect for this, too. Of course. I mean, every gun is perfect for this. So. Don't... yeah, I don't know. Like, just... do what you normally do. You know what I mean? Just do the usual. Meanwhile, I'm getting Discord messages right now, and I can't do anything about that. I gotta wait like 20 minutes, man. I can't text you back. As I asked my brother, like, hey, you know, I mean, you got some extra time tonight. You want to come over and we record the rest of Crash right now, or like, because we've been doing Crash Trilogy on my channel. This is my channel. We've been doing Crash Trilogy on my Let's Play channel, so you can find that in the description, of course. Turd Monkey 1497, and we just now got to Crash 3. But I am going to go back, and I'm going to get that last gem that I kind of just said screw it to for piston it away, because that gem sucks. It really does suck. I talked about you can get, you know, Japanese games and PAL games and stuff like that. I talked about that, and real quick, in terms of upgrades, it's just the usual stuff I get. I don't get anything super crazy. Of course, I upgrade thrusters as I normally do. I mean, no surprise there. That's like one of my favorite upgrades to do. Check the stamps. We've unlocked all this. We get another cartridge holder, which I didn't realize until I started doing Lunatic, but like, holy moly, this game gives you a ton of healing devices. It's insane how many you get. It's crazy, dude. I guess RPG-wise, like I was talking about Mary Skelter, like I mean, going back to the first one, they changed up the first game for the Switch version of it, where it's supposed to be a bit shorter, I guess, but you need to beat it to get the true ending for 2. It's really weird how they do that, but it took me a while to find where the damn game was at, because I thought you had to download it. No, it's like in the menu. You just hit right, and I'm like, oh. Oops. Oh yeah, so puzzle time. This one's not too difficult. I'll show you what I do, so. We do get everything in here. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned, I guess. I will find those creepy crawlies. Wherever they may be hiding. And for those that are wondering, I do end up going back and 100%ing like a lot of these levels, so. If you're wondering, is it worth 100%ing? Like, yeah, yes and no. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, really. it's what matters most for Lunatic. I feel like is definitely getting like upgrades and stuff, no doubt, and having particular mods. Really, all you're technically doing is just making a not really much of a build, but you're just kind of earning or leveling up yourself to handle bosses. That's kind of mostly the entire thing about this game in general. I know that's very, very, very basic guide advice, and that's not really much of a guide at that point, but it's just how it is, man. Like, when you get a game like this that's not that difficult, I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh yeah, just hack them, you know? Just hack them, bro. I mean, use these mods. I mean, I know. I mean, there's a lot of good mods, and funny enough, thankfully, I'm not the only one that found out that heat is really good. Somebody else made a post. I think it was way before my guide even came out, to be fair. And he made a post talking about, or a YouTube video. Listen to me. Made a YouTube video talking about how great heat is. Heat up. In terms of the hacking mods and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it really is. Like, I discovered that in Lunatic because I wanted to try out different things to see what would happen. And, well, lo and behold, guess what? It's great. I didn't put two and two together when I first played the game. I just kind of played it and just figured it out mechanically as best as I could. But I didn't, I guess I didn't really grasp it fully. I didn't firmly grasp it just yet. I still was kind of learning this game just a tad. So. But you guys don't have to see all that. Like, that was my first playthrough, so. I don't like doing videos on first playthroughs typically. I don't like doing blind stuff. I like learning things in my own time and not having people scream in my ear. That's partly why I don't stream. Or really stream with chat on anymore, because I'm just tired of it. Just tired of people coming in and just being dicks about things. And don't get me wrong, there's usually good people, but every once in a while you get those, sour grapes that come in and just want to ruin your day. Like, I get it. It's the internet. You got to take what you can. But when I'm doing it right then and there, like, I'm not a very confrontational type guy. So it's like, I just don't want to deal with this. I get all awkward and I don't know. I guess a little bit of a pathetic loser, but that's just how it is. Alright, lockdown time. So, this one has maybe a few spiders. Looks like, for now it only has the one, but I could have sworn it had more than that. Pretty sure we get a crusher in this fight too. So, prioritize whoever you would rather fight. And if I remember correctly, you might want to have Riot Blaster for this one. And possibly even Stasis Net. But those are ones I usually kind of tend to bring anyway. Homing missile doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever offensive weapon you prefer, go for that, of course. But I'm more of a shockwave rifle type guy, so that's my sort of kit. Oh yeah, so we get to fight. Oh yeah, we get the introduction to this guy now. A couple of hacking drones, but he sends out a shield to protect them, and this is another thing to kind of keep overdrive for. Which, by the way, that was a terrible time to use it because you have to wait for him to spawn in. But this is why, now I remember why I said Riot Blaster, because I totally forgot who we're fighting. But, yeah, Riot Blaster, mainly for this, because as you can tell, like, it does have an AoE effect to it. And it does kind of help break shield a little. Not by much, but just enough. Sticky bombs, which is something that's already here anyway. But I think that's just mainly here just to stop him from having the antennas, kind of, so that would make sense if that's the case. And of course I get kind of screwed there, but that's just my own dumb fault. His attack patterns are not that difficult. The only thing that's really annoying to deal with is the fact that he shields enemies. And then of course by now, at least hopefully before chapter 6, I would highly suggest learning how to or even just having the, well, I think it's a modification you have to have on anyway, but having the mod slash getting used to doing dodges at the last second, so that way you can just kind of get used to it, because it's really not that hard to do, to be fair. Like, I dodged right there, and it was not that bad. So, again, if I can do it, then you guys can definitely do it, because I feel like this game's just pretty easy. Pretty lenient, all things considered. And not to mention, I mean, there is the fact that you can just kind of grind up if you really needed it that bad. If you really needed to win a fight or whatever, just go grind. And typically it's fine. Although you'll never really need to grind in this game either. Just go back, go collect a few things, and come back and you're fine. Sorry about this particular video. Like, usually I'm a lot more excited when I'm doing these, because I've been pretty good at that. You know, I would watch and sit down for like 40 minutes, and just next thing I know, like 40 minutes has already gone by. We still have like 13 left, and it's like, oh man. I don't know, there's something about it. I'm just tired today. Well, I worked, and we did overtime. So, and not only that, but, which is fine, you know, hey, more money, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just tired. I'm tired from work, and keep yawning. Holy moly. Tired from work, and also I came home and I mowed. So, yeah. Not fun at all, that part. Nope. I guess, the other thing I was going to talk about that's interesting, I guess, is a little bit, I think that's a little too personal for hardcore, and I'll just leave that on the dining room table. It's, I wouldn't even really say it's drama, but it's close enough to that it's like, Hardcorean is not a drama channel. I'm not going to talk about even the slightest bit of drama unless it's like gaming related. So, unless it has some sort of thing in relation to what I'm doing right now, which, no, it doesn't. I'm definitely going to get like 10 dislikes on this video right now. It's crazy. The amount of yawning I'm doing, everyone's going to be like, oh my god, like, you're just making this guy terrible now. Go take a nap. Go home to your wife, man. Go home to your family. And this is how you do this part. Pretty easy stuff, ain't it? And now I'm going to show you the second half of doing this little puzzle. Which isn't even much either, but... And hopefully you guys are not getting really annoyed with all the scanning stuff I'm doing, because, I fell off like an idiot. Because I thought this was a different area for a second, and didn't realize it was not, no, it's where we came from. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why I thought about Batman Arkham Asylum all of a sudden. Or just Batman Arkham in general. That's something I do. I did say I would do. I mean, I did Asylum again. You know, I did it for a second time. Also, the cursed ledge grabbing. If only this was Ratchet and Clank, where he would never grab a ledge ever. 'Cause I feel like Ratchet is a lot harder to do that with. He's a bit of a turd. And I carefully snuck in here, so what they want you to do is move the box to get in here. But that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is not that. So, also, I just realized, like, I have more time to do stuff today and a little bit more time to do stuff tomorrow. Maybe. Probably not even tomorrow. Like, I always could, if I really wanted to, just go and start up the Gen 2 marathon for hardcore and stuff on my Let's Play channel. And I wanted to randomize which games I do for the second marathon, and for the third one I was going to do it backwards for third gen. So we're not going to be done with third gen for a while. I'm planning on like maybe 36 games, I think. something like that. Because I think the first time was like I did 17 in Gen 1, and then I think for Gen 2 I did 27 or 25. And I think that's where I came up with the idea of 36. I was like, well, it's the third gen, 30 goddamn games, and on top of that, like, you know, that's a slightly one number off than the other two, I guess. That's pretty cool. Alright, this guy again, but fortunately you can kind of hide behind these little cargo boxes if he tries to hit you with anything. So, that's, hey, you know, that's something. If you got Riot Blaster, you know, that would help out a ton. I don't think Stasis Net works really on him very much at all. I don't think I've tested it out. Well, I did, or we used it earlier. I don't remember it even doing anything to him, to be fair, so I wouldn't really worry about that too much. Unless it did, and look, man, I'm not even here right now. I'm not paying attention, I guess. But you do have these little worms that are shooting at me in the background. These little turds. So, and yet again, this is just me kind of cheating the game a little bit, just having the hack or overdrive ready, doing all that stuff. Which again, if you need to get overdrive that bad, you can always just go back to like other levels and just go play those for a little bit and grind up that way. Because realistic, or even during the fight itself, like hacking itself just gives you a ton of overdrive, especially if you upgrade it too. So that's something that I would also highly recommend putting your points into whenever you get around to it. So this puzzle was a little slightly bit confusing at first, but I actually ended up stumbling into how to figure it out the first time I did it. But I will show you guys how I stumble around again in order to do it. Because the idea is you want to move certain blocks to make stairs. That's kind of the idea. Like these ones on the wall next to me, they need to form stairs going to where I'm at right now. That's the idea. You want to move this block right here, I think, back where it was, but to the wall, actually. Yeah, like move it back this way. Because, again, you want to make this a staircase. Oh, and that first one, you can't move that one back anyway, so that's just there for you to leap off of. I kind of forgot that was even a thing. Either way, most of these puzzles are stupid easy. No offense, I'm just saying, like, they really are just super easy to do. Like, if you're playing this game, and you've gotten to this part, sorry about the chair noises, if you're playing this game and you got to this part, I'm sure by now you'd be like, yeah, this is baby easy. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you need to guide me through this. Like, I can figure it out on my own. And again, like, no offense to anybody that's actually struggling with it. I'm just saying that for my case, which makes it sound worse when I say it, it's like, yeah, it's for babies. Only, you know, stupid people can't figure this out. I'm sure there's a puzzle. I mean, hey, you guys can riff on me for that puzzle I had earlier, back in Sector 2, where I couldn't figure out how to get that dang REM because I didn't realize that you could pull out the blocks. So I can't be talking smack about anybody having any trouble with any puzzles at all when I'm the one that suffered with that one, which was clear as day. Again, I always say it, but even though yellow paint exists in games, I'm still not looking at the yellow paint. I still don't even notice the yellow paint. Not even see it there. God of War 4 was made for people like me, dude. I forget which game it was recently I played where they did the same damn thing. I think it was Metroid Prime 4. Like, as soon as I was trying to figure out the puzzle, they immediately told me what it was. And I'm like, dude, come on! That's some God of War crap. Also, look at this. I think these are DLC outfits. Well, not the one on the left. The one on the right, I think, is a DLC outfit, I think. Which I find that extremely funny, because Capcom's basically telling you, like, hey, buy your daughter some DLC costumes. For like $15. And I think that's where you get them at. It's like the $15 deluxe pack, whatever it's called. And I'm a horrible father because I didn't buy her those skins because she don't need them. You know? I don't know. I don't really care much for skins all that much. Except for certain games. Ninja Gaiden especially. Like I like the classic skin of Ninja Gaiden. I love that one to death. Oh, there you go, Diana. Now you can get a skin. See? There's like 2 variants of it too. There's, well, the one I had on right now, and then yeah, the aqua one and the black one. All right. Let's see. Do I change anything out this time? I don't remember. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. And the last... wow, it's crazy. How are we going to do this? We have like 6 minutes left. Do I really take out the next boss that quick? So, there is a mid boss. I would suggest coming into this boss fight with a full overdrive. So, if you've got the chance to run away from it now, just take my word for it. You might want to have something before this. Which, enemies do respawn. You can go back and go fight them, and then, you know, you can do all that fun stuff that way. I hope the video's not cut off. I hope I didn't edit this wrong. If I did, it doesn't matter. I'll just continue in the next part. But I really hope I didn't screw this up for you guys. I really hope I didn't. That would be really bad on my end. There's no way in hell I'm going to finish this guy off in 3 minutes. It's possible, but I don't know. Alright, I forget what they're called, but... no, it looks like we have a couple of Mark IIs to fight first. Which, easy enough. You know, I got all my stuff back. Shockwave gun, that kind of thing. Heat them up. That ordeal. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, and you might not know about this just yet, if you do get a finisher to pop up, it actually does knock enemies on... like, you get the R2, like the purple node finisher. If you do hit it, it will knock away people around you for like a tiny little bit of time. So it gives you a little bit of time to hack them. And there you go. And of course the head is a weak spot as well. They're a walker type. It's the same thing. They're a walker Texas type. Finish his ass off, and then looks like the guy should be showing up anytime now, I thought. God, don't tell me that. No, there's no way. There's no way I screwed up the editing that bad. Well, we'll see what I do, and then we'll find out that way now, won't we? I don't think Stasis Net works. What was it that I used on him? I forgot. Well, I used Impact just to kind of hide myself from getting hit. Oh, I have the freeze nodes, so that's also extremely helpful too. Have the freeze hacking nodes, and then I would also suggest having the heat up mode thing, or what it's called as well. Like the little blue nodes for the heat. Specifically for this guy, because he goes down pretty dang... I guess he does go down a lot faster than I thought he does. But if you keep up heat, you know, not only do you build up overdrive quite a bit, but at the same time, he just falls back down right in the middle, and you can just get a nice pair of damage. I think it takes like maybe 3 finishers just to completely kill him. Okay, no, that's way more than 3. But you can still do damage during it. And then every time you overdrive, every time you finish him with a finisher thing, he will typically, I think, fall down. Okay, may not overdrive. I thought it was. Well, I'm wrong. Alright, well. God damn, I could have sworn that if you overdrive him, he falls back down on the ground. Oh well. Either way. Shockwave him. Rifle him. That sort of thing. Just do like a ton of damage. Just in general. Anything that does a lot of damage, just do it. I guess we did finish off pretty quick. Huh. Wow, I'm impressed. Cool. Because I remember I had a fight with one of these guys, and I remember doing pretty well. I didn't realize it was this one. And that's just pure luck, to be honest. Getting him still about to get knocked down, I think that's just pure luck. Unless it was being built up from the heat. Well, he's almost dead, too. I think that's what happened. The purple node shut up. Anyway, I think that's just about it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed whatever of this particular guide that you can. I know it wasn't really much today, but the second episode should be a lot more guide-friendly, because we are going to be fighting the worm in the next part. And with that being said, see you in the next one, and take care, everybody.